Hey, replay people. As we give a moment for live people to join us. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Midday Moment. If it's your first time joining us, I'm your host, Dr. Davina Jones. The Midday Moment. It is the place where we expect great things. Not because we ignore the questions of our day. Not because we ignore the challenges of our day. We expect great things because we embrace that we are fully human and fully divine. So the Midday Moment is designed to make sure you are tapping into your divine. Yes. And our human selves, we got stuffs. And our fully divine selves, we've got the answers to all the stuffs. So we're helping you tap into your divine, so that you can tap into your answers. We are not by ourselves. The Midday Moment is a part of a large network called Kingdom. We've got a full menu of Kingdom inspirations that includes the daily download with Dr. Pulley, Tuesday and Thursdays, prayer and praise, the power of prayer and praise with Elder Katrina Johnson Smith. And so we invite you to explore our menu options and participate at your heart's desire as your soul calls for it. So we invite you to do so. We'll refresh our commercials on the Midday Moment page so you'll have them, all right? So we are going to get started, y'all. Thank you for taking, for some of you, it's your lunch break or your break. So thank you for taking your break with me as I take my break, all right? Come on, y'all. Hey, Elaine. It's time for the Midday Moment. It's time for the Midday Moment. It's time for the Midday Moment. Whoa, it's time. Yes, I'm expecting. Come on, sing it. I'm expecting great things. Oh, I'm expecting great things. Yes, I'm expecting great things. I'm expecting great things. Where are you expecting and creating? In my life, yeah. I'm expecting great things in my home. Oh, I'm creating great things all around me. I'm creating great things. Eyes may not see, but I choose to believe. You may not see, but I choose to believe. We may not see, but I choose to believe. Sometimes I may not see, but I choose to believe. I believe in great things. Yeah. All right, everybody, say thank you, theme song. Thank you, theme song. All right, theme song says you are welcome. Okay, y'all, let's jump right on in. Again, thank you so much for those of you that take your break with me as I take my break to just share some inspirations for kingdom living, for good living, for abundant living. Yes, to add some more righteousness, joy, some right consciousness, peace, and joy into our way of being here. All right, so we've been reading together right here in our book. It's just that simple, based on the premise that we invite people so often to have a faith experience, and the invitation makes everything seem so easy. And then when we get with it, it's like, I got to do all of that. Oh my goodness, that sounds interesting. And so in order to have this faith experience that we call kingdom, it starts very simply with loving God, loving self, loving everybody else, loving God, seeing God as the everywhere evenly present spirit of absolute good, seeing that absolute good, embracing the idea of being one with that absolute good, calling forth that absolute good when it doesn't appear to be present. You can say, and let there be light. Call it forth. And within that, it ushers us into, it woos us into loving God, for God is love. And then we took some time to really dig into what it means to then love ourselves. You can't give somebody else what you don't have. You can't. I was talking with somebody else, and they said something about finding a man. And I say, honey, you finding yourself. You are finding yourself. You can go ahead and find a man that's just going to double the work. You're finding yourself, loving yourself. The degree to which you love and discover yourself, that is the degree to which you can love and discover and work with. Number three, other people. And so we are now on the last part of our reading together, which is about what it means to get along with other people, to share love with other people. All right. So we're on page 41, a God's eye view. Very essential to this last portion of our time together reading. It's just that simple, is that you learn to see other people as God sees them. You learn to see yourself. My stomach is growling. I'm eating after this, I promise you. You learn to see yourself as God sees you. So we spent some time learning to see God as love, and then learning to see ourselves as love sees us. And then learning now to see other people as love sees them. Love seeks to do no harm. It seeks to only elevate you and support your elevation, to support your evolution, to support your growth. So it's important that just as we practice seeing ourselves as a reflection of love, as a reflection of divinity, meaning a reflection of God, the degree to which you can see that about yourself, you are now compelled to see that in the other people, in other people. I love the way it reads here very exactly in the book, and I'm going to give it to you in that way as our three jewels for today. Jones jewel number one. We all, these are all we's. This is a day of we. We're all we's. We all come from the same place. Love. We all come from the same energy. Love. That makes us siblings, regardless of your skin tone, regardless of your orientation sexually, regardless of your pronoun. I know we get fixed up about our pronouns. Listen, if I miscall your pronoun, what I won't do is miscall your identity, which is love. I might miscall your ethnicity, Black, African American, mixed, white, Caucasian. I might miscall your preference on that. What I endeavor to do is not miscall your identity as love. You are love. We all are love. We are all reflections, offspring of the same energy. Love. That's why we took time to make sure we cultivated a certain view of God, a certain view of divinity, definition. Because how you see origin, God, is how you see yourself. If all you see is that I came from a mom hooked on what is it now? Opiate, is it opiate? I can't even call it. The drug that's creating a whole lot of stuff right now. In my day, it was crack. Now it's opiates or something like that, meth and whatnot. If all you see is that I came from a mom or a dad who got drug problems, you got to see yourself way before that physical expression. You are energy, you are divine expression. And so we took time to make sure we cultivated an understanding of our origin, the origin of energy that's infinite, has no beginning, has no end. Scientists are yet discovering that. Just when they think they got a period at the end of the sentence, now we're looking at the galaxies and how, the stars and all that, and what we thought, had a date to it does not. I was watching some PBS special the other day. And so we took time to cultivate an understanding that our energy has an origin in energy. Our energy has an origin in God, in love. You are love. You are an expression of love. And so is everybody else. And so I might miscall your ethnic preference. I might miscall your pronoun preference. I might miscall that. I don't intend to, and I'm not wishing to. I'm just saying, if I do, one thing that I do not desire to do is miscall your identity and the very essence of you, which is love. I do not desire to ignore, devalue, and disassociate myself, which really I can't do, but we act like we can. So we all come from the same place, love. That's the first Joan Jewel. That's your first week. We all come from the same place. The energy of love. Yes, you do. Yes, we do. So go past where you thought you came from. You thought you just came from Annabelle and Jerry. Annabelle and Jerry were just the physical beings that were instruments of you getting here. But you go way deeper than Annabelle and Jerry. Jones Drew number 1, we all come from the same place. Divine mind. Energy of love. Number 2, Jones Drew number 2, we are all living on the same planet. Now I know we're yet reviewing that because I was watching one of them PBS special. Might be some other life forms. We'll deal with that. Right now, we all here on Earth, working through, seeing each other as one on Earth. So we are all living here together on planet Earth. We all came from the same place. Jones Street number 1. Number 2, we are all living here together on Earth. I know we got some people at the moon. So we'll work on expanding what that means. Okay? But you here coexisting. And we are all breathing the same air. Now, science may figure out how to make some conversions so that you can breathe on Mars. I mean, they're working very diligently at it. All right. But let me tell you something, whether you're on Mars or Earth, it behooves you to learn how to coexist. Take care of myself. I got to give myself some TLC. Don't worry. I got some stuff when we get off from here. It ain't COVID either. Healing in other ways. Okay. So those are your 3 Jones jewels today. A part of you living an abundant life. A part of us living an abundant life. A life full of joy, peace, and happiness includes our ability to get along with other people, to have relationships, harmony with other people. It doesn't mean that everybody will be your BFF. Yet, please note that a part of your abundant life, the number one reason why we end up in therapy and counseling is because we feel like we got issue with somebody else. To learn that we're really working on an issue internally so that we can reflect the harmony externally. So that's why we took the journey as we did. You creating your own harmony with self love, so that then we can have the other measure of harmony with each other. Mhm. So it requires that you have a God's eye view. It requires that you have a love view. It requires that you see things differently. So we've been learning how to see God differently, differently than the mean, schizophrenic God that we grew up with in some cases, very judgmental, self righteous. Okay. And learning to then love ourselves as a reflection of that same loving God, not angry God, loving God. And as you do that, you can now experience greater harmony and love with other people because you learn to see them as your siblings. We all come from the same place. We're all coexisting in the same places. And we're all breathing the same air or some version of it. We're connected. It's important that we see that. Yeah. Yeah. All right, y'all. Gotta go. Those are your nuggets for today. That was good. That blessed me. I pray it blessed you. All right. Like and share. Thank you so much for joining me during your break time or whenever you get the replay. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I enjoy sharing because this is a part of my own personal time that I get to then share out loud with you. And so I appreciate you sharing it with me. I appreciate you commenting. I appreciate when I hear you otherwise in other spaces. I appreciate your donations and so forth. So I appreciate all of that, your gifts, your love gifts. I welcome them and I appreciate them. Thank you so much. It's an encouragement and an inspiration to me as well. All right. All right. So y'all like and share and take care, everybody. I'll see y'all tomorrow. All right. God bless you and God be you.